Welcome back to 23-Minute Reads with me, Mya D. This is kind of like my virtual book club because in these 5 minute or so videos, I share with you my takeaways from my current reading. Right now, that is African American Dance and Illustrated History. As a part of my 23 to 23 challenge, I'm reading 23 minutes per day, every day, as an investment in myself, as a way of loving myself, and as a way of providing myself with some consistency in an ever changing world. Hoping that you will join me along in this journey by liking this video, subscribing to the channel, and dropping some comments down there in that comment section so that there's an actual dialogue going on. Having in mind that while I have several decades of experience as an educator, a dancer, and a curriculum writer, I'm not the know-all be-all for this book. I'm simply providing a space for dialogue. Well, this is a new book. This is actually the 9th book of the year, and this week I read pages 1, or the acknowledgments, through page 60, and let me get my notes so I can share my takeaways. Feel free to go ahead and like and subscribe while I grab these notes, and also go ahead and drop a book down in the comments below just so I know that you're there with me, and maybe later on you'll drop the title of a book for some upcoming video sessions. Takeaway number 1 is illustrated history. Now, the book is titled African American Dance and Illustrated History, so you thought that I would have been prepared, but I wasn't. As a visual learner, I am very pleased with the amount of images that are inside of the book and the way that they are contextualized in the reading. So what do I mean by that? Rather than having a standalone, isolated images section, these images are neatly placed alongside the text with detailed captions that both connect to the text and give you a deeper understanding of the image. So I felt like it almost gave me a period eye, a way to read the image as text, and then I walk away with a deeper understanding of that image, which I thought was nice because a number of these images I've seen before, but because of this book, because of reading, I have a deeper understanding about those images and what's going on in those images. Takeaway number 2 is communal polyrhythm. In my courses, both my movement courses and in my dance history, which is more of a theory course, I often tell students that techniques and the characteristics of a dance form are but extensions of that community's values, right? So what does that community feel is important? What are their concepts of beauty? What are their concepts of being a good person in the world? And in this book, in the African derived characteristics section, we learn the value placed on communal living, and unity is, here's a quote from the book, internalized so deeply as to assure perfect unison in the complex polyrhythmic song and dance, end quote. So the body / community is made up of many parts that move individually but in unison of one another, right? That value on unison and unity. In dance, this is manifested as polyrhythmic isolations characteristic of African-derived dance forms. So the singular movement is actually comprised of individual movements working together in unison, unity, community, communal. Takeaway number 3 is Buzzard Lope. Bess Lomax Hawes once lamented, "Now that John Davies is gone, we may never see it again." In 1964, Davies performed and discussed the Buzzard Lope. This is an African American dance with African roots, most likely coming from the Tree People TWI, and more specifically, the Opete dance, OPETE, just in case I'm mispronouncing that. The dance honors and supports the transition into the heavens, that spirit, that body spirit, that soul's transition into heaven, and is especially to the heavens, and is especially important in cases where the body might not have received proper care, might not have seen its, or excuse me, might not have received its funeral rites. So an example of that would be an enslaved person whose owner did not allow that body to be properly buried. This dance is going to help with that transition. And I'd never heard of this dance before, but I guess it goes back to that lamentation offered by Laws that now that Davies is gone, we might not ever see it again. But I offer that to the community that's watching this. Has anybody that's watching seen this dance before? And if so, where did you see it? And how would you describe it? Just making sure that we are continuing to grow together by sharing knowledge, so that knowledge is here for us in the present and here for future generations. Thank you for staying to the end. Please remember to comment, like, share information, stay blessed, spread a good word, and I'll see you again soon.